And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Take a look at the Bulls. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season. And, of course, there's the Pistons, a game behind.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
I thought this might happen. Confidence can take you a long way, but you also have to have the talent to back it up.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had when he was in Los Angeles, it was tough for him to be the leader of the Clippers. There were bigger voices in the locker room, such as CP3 and Doc Rivers. But Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said, in Detroit, he's definitely the leader. When he speaks, everybody listens. This is his team. Kevin?
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. Well, we have two teams tonight, Steve, that love to take their time working it up court. When you played, which were the best teams at grinding it out in slower games?
You know, I think the Chicago Bulls, that triangle offense, I mean, they ran on fast break on their defense, but on the offensive end, they wanted to wear you down with that triangle offense. And the teams that had dominant post players, they would get it down to them, make you double team, the ball would move around. And that was pretty much Shaq teams and Akeem Olajuwon teams, guys who had dominant centers.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Rose and Jackson of the backcourt. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. And it's Kennard in at the 3. And for Chicago, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Felicio in at center. Now here's White. Poked away. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound, Andre Drummond. And it's Rose with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Levine with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Back to Levine. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Felicio. A second chance effort, and it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Jackson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Levine against Jackson. Levine passes to Felicio. Goes back up. Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Jackson.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
The Bulls have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Kennard. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Now White. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
And White with the stuff.
Yeah, under control. White has those short, quick strides.
The Pistons have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. White against Rose. Here's Drummond. That shot is off. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, two conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
So you know each game they play will hold a lot of importance to both teams.
White, good.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 19-point game against Toronto. Griffin's shot is off. Outside, White. There's the triple. Good on the triple. White's got 7 points in the game. The Pistons trail it. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Back to Rose. Drummond in the post. The shot. The shot's good from Griffin.
No hesitation from Blake on that catch and shoot jumper.
Now here's Levine. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland. Lets the 3 fly. It's Drummond with the rebound. The Pistons have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Rose passes to Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Drummond. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Multi-time NBA rebound leader. Might want to think about putting a body on Drummond.
White drives in, up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Uh-oh, starting out in rhythm. That's 4 out of 5 he's hit, and we're only in quarter number 1. Last year, an 8th seed finish for the Detroit Pistons. Had to work for it, battling it out to the very end of the season. Their 500 record of 41-41 was just enough to get in.
And the rebound goes to Griffin.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
Canon. Nice D from Porter. Chicago trailing here. 17-foot shot on the way. Levine can't hit. And so it's Rose bringing it up for Detroit. And Smitty, last season for the Pistons, a short playoff trip as they were swept by Milwaukee, but still a learning experience.
Kevin, getting this team back to the playoffs was the first step. The young players learned a valuable lesson. It's all about changing the mindset and culture of this team.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Blake Griffin. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. Makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Always an intriguing part of the early season, Steve. Teams that are outperforming the expectations, and they look much different than we thought they would.
Yeah, you have those teams, and that's what you love. Those teams, all of us experts, we say where they're going to finish. They end up 3 or 4 slots up, and then those are the teams that just get that momentum. They get going. They have great team chemistry, and they outdo our expectations. Looking at the Bulls roster, there is a lot to like. They have a great collection of talent, and their core players are all very young and improving.
Here's Levine. No points in the game yet for him. The drive by Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim, and then doing something about it when he gets there.
And here's Levine. And Steve, for the Bulls fans, their hopes lie in their young core.
Totally agree. The Bulls should focus on developing that core. Have a good blend with Levine, Markkanen, and Carter. They just need to keep their eye on the prize.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
The Bulls shooting their first free throws here for the night. And the first one drops.
Well, not an easy time on offense for the Bulls last year. They struggled mightily on the offensive end. Third worst in the league in effective field goal percentage.
Rose with the ball. 17 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Pass to Drummond. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Bulls trail by 7. And with the Bulls an effective field goal percentage, it's due to their lack of outside shooting.
Yeah, this team can shoot decently from outside. They just choose not to. Last in the league in threes. Just a play-style decision the organization is going with.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. Number 1, Andre Drummond.
And, you know, he took a lot of pride in being at the top of that rebounding list. When all was said and done, he was a man among boys.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Blake Griffin. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Both free throws good from Griffin. Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education. I love that type of compensation.
Markkanen, good.
You have to be impressed with the way this kid shoots the ball. Markkanen built for that mid-range game.
Outside Rose. The pass to Griffin. Shoots over White. That shot by Griffin, no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Detroit leading by 7. Jackson passes to Griffin. Second shot opportunity. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 8 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. White against Rose. Here's Dunn. Rebound, Detroit.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Kennard. It's good. And now it's an 11-point Detroit lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Bulls shooting only 28% here in the first. A shoddy game offensively for them so far. Kicks it out to Markkanen. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
2 shots.
And that one misses.
You know, a big change last season for Luke Kennard happened when he stopped worrying about taking bad shots. He was asked to be more proactive on offense and start creating chances for himself instead of waiting for the ball to be swung to him.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Carter, he's checked in for Felicio. Denzel Valentine comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And Satoransky subbed in for White. Now, here's Satoransky. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland. Good work defensively by Morris. And Smitty, that aggressiveness from Kennard. That's what the team wants from him.
He's a big part of their future. They need that from him. He may not be their #1 or #2 scorer, but he can be a very solid option off the bench or as a starter.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 10 points.
A rare offensive rebound for Reggie Jackson, but he knows what to do with it once he gets it.
Valentine kicks to Satoransky. Shot clock at 5. Looking to end the run. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
Beautiful find by Carter. Sees the floor really well for a young big.
Beasley outside. Carter pulls it in. Bulls trail by 11. Dunn left side. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. To the inside. Here's Jackson. It doesn't go for him. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brown is checked in for the Pistons. Chicago's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Dunn passes to Young. The floater. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. Pistons leading by 11. Here's Maker. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
Off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
We've got 1:48 left here in the opening quarter. To the paint. Here's Carter. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Wendell did this against high-level college competition. Consistently showcased the ability to score with efficiency.
Now here's Maker. Down low. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Thaddeus Young. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
That one is off.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
The Pistons making a change here. Snell's checked in, and the foul on Wendell Carter. That's his first foul. Pistons leading by 12. Brown feeling it out a bit. Pass to Snell. 1:02 left in the first quarter. On the wing, Morris. Shoots over Satoransky. Morris with the bucket. And the Pistons lead by 14.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, 3 turnovers so far, and the real issue is the fact that they're unforced, too careless with the basketball.
Here's Maker. Dishes to Beasley. Back to Maker. Over Carter. Maker misses. Now Chicago has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Down against Brown. Now Satoransky. Clock at 4. Morris with the rebound.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And Stephen Clark, Pistons pretty much in control here.
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Maker out there with Morris. Then there's Brown. Then there's Beasley. And it's Snell in at the shooting guard position. Here's Satoransky. He can't get that one to fall. And Detroit the other way now.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
With the teardrop, Valentine wide open. He fires offline with his 3.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Chicago Bulls continue to be a team in rebuild mode. They traded for Otto Porter at the deadline last season, and that seemed like a turning point. It lessened the logjam in the front court, and his versatile game fit well with some of the young players. Now that they've added rookie Kobe White with other moves this summer, fans are eager to see this young team take the next step. Kevin?
And David, they've got some pieces too. Thank you. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Bulls. Zach LaVine comes in for Dunn. Pistons leading by 19 points. Brown the pass to Beasley. Back to Brown. Here's Snell. Here's Morris. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Morris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
they're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
And he can't get the first one. Smitty, we're seeing preseason and even regular season games take place overseas on foreign soil. Would you have enjoyed that when you were playing?
Yeah, for sure, Kevin. I know the travel is an added challenge, and at the same time, you appreciate where the game takes you. It is definitely growing globally, going places you might otherwise never experience, especially in a basketball setting.
To the inside, here's Maker. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Carter. And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Took him no time at all on that one. Porter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. It's Beasley on the wing, guarded by Porter. Beasley kicks to Snell. Brown the pass to Morris. Here's Snell, fires for 3, up and in, off to an efficient start, 2 for 3 from the field.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Bulls trail by 20. Satoransky the pass to Porter. Rebounded by Maker. Maker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Beasley finds Snell. And it's sent back by Carter.
That time, Carter's length and vertical paying dividends. He has tremendous potential as a rim protector.
So for the Bulls, Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Young, and it's White in for Satoransky. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Detroit. Rose comes in for Michael Beasley. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Rose kicks to Griffin. 5 on the clock. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Left side, Porter. And he banks in the layup. Porter's got his second basket of the night.
Once in a while, Porter will surprise you with a nifty dribble move. Wouldn't mind seeing more of this.
Rose dishes to Griffin. Good work defensively by Carter.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Saturday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Monday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. So it's the Pistons now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Now here's Rose. Griffin passes to Rose. Feeds it to Morris. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists now in this one. Bulls trail by 20. Outside, White. Markkanen down low. Covered by Morris. Good work there as it goes.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Brown outside. Back to Rose. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And the Bulls making a change here. Felicio's checked in, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Drummond's checked in. White the pass to Felicio. Rob. Outside Griffin. Porter with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. And he lays that one in. Levine's got his first basket of the night.
You know, he's a triple threat in the open court. He can beat you from the inside, outside, and everything in between.
Passes it to Morris.
Who's watching here?
Back to Rose. He dishes it to Drummond. 14 feet away. Porter pulls it in.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
That is a terrific play by Porter, one of the more efficient guys in the game. Shows it again right there.
Got a piece of it. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. So for the Pistons, Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Jackson in for Tony Snell. Here's Markkanen. A 14-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
And it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Kennard. Guarded by Porter. It's blocked. And they get it back. Rose surveying the D. Pass to Jackson. 6 to shoot. They shoot again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Aggressive on the drive. That's going to result in some free throws for Jackson.
And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Jackson. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
No good on the second free throw.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And you're seeing it with Jackson tonight. When he gets in a real rhythm, man, he can light up the scoreboard.
And White kicks to Porter. There's the pass to Markkanen. Fades and shoots. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Outside, Markkanen. Levine for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Griffin's got his 5th rebound in this one.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Rose passes to Griffin. Shoots over Markkanen. Rebound by the Bulls. Felicio's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead. Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Rose goes in. Right side, Griffin fires from 14, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
The more Blake Griffin gets comfortable at the mid-range, the more dynamic this offense becomes.
Markkanen finds White. Markkanen down low. Griffin on him. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
It's Drummond, high post. Outside Jackson. Drummond passes to Griffin. Back to Drummond. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And White kicks to Levine. Pulls up, high post, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
This is the capability Zach LaVine has. Can score on all 3 levels.
And here's Rose. Griffin looking it over. Pass to Rose. To the middle. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Outside Porter. Back to White. He kicks it to Levine. Here's Felicio, defended by Drummond. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So for the Bulls, Young's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Valentine comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And Chris Dunn subbed in for White. Beasley's checked in for Detroit. .157 left in the first half of basketball. And Young kicks to Felicio. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Levine drops in the tray. Levine's got his 3rd basket of the night.
You look at Levine's jump shot. It's very hard to contest because he gets great lift off the floor.
Jackson dishes to Griffin. Good defensive work there by Young.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Satoransky's checked in for Valentine. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Makers checked in for Blake Griffin. Levine finds Satoransky. Here's Felicio. Levine wide open. A 3-pointer, no good.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
Kennard, the pass to Drummond. Back to Kennard. Pass to Jackson. And here is Maker. Satoransky covering. Offensive rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
This is what happens when Drummond gets the ball in deep. Either he makes the shot, gets fouled, or sometimes both.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
No good on that one.
I love this. Andre Drummond has gone on record saying he is one of the last true centers in the league. Hard to argue with that statement, given how Drummond has played.
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And again, Chicago, no good. Pistons leading by 16. Beasley right side. Outside Jackson. Back to Beasley. To stop the drought. And he sinks the layup. Beasley's got his first bucket of the night.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
There's Jackson with the 3. No good, shot missing. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Pistons lead by 16. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Good to see you back out here, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Reggie Jackson is having one of those nights. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Boy, it was rough down there in the paint, and they were just dominant, taking it to the rack. But that's what you have to be willing to do. Take the action to the heart of the competition without any fear. That's why this is already a blowout.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, it's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. Like the Pythagorean theorem, times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So the Bulls 5 right now. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Then it's Lowry Markkanen. Then it's White, and it's Felicio in at the center position. Griffin finds Drummond. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Levine. He's coming off an excellent season. He was around 23 points a game last year, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Pass to Drummond. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Rose against White. And he makes good on the layup. White's got 13.
And what body control. Even when White gets bodied up, he sticks with his shot.
White against Rose. Now the pass to Drummond. And the layup's good off the glass. 8 points for him.
Ooh, you see the contact there, trying to match up with Drummond's physicality. Doesn't work.
Markkanen kicks to Porter. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pistons leading by 12. Outside Rose. Pass to Griffin. Back to Rose. There's the 3. Here's Drummond, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Pistons have made a little more than half their free throws today, 7 of 12.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David.
The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
Jackson against White. Jackson dishes to Rose. Here's Levine and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
I feel like Drummond saw that one coming all the way. Great anticipation.
Levine against Rose. Inside, stolen by Markkanen. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Levine's got 6 here in this quarter. Pistons leading by 9. Outside Rose. Passes it to Drummond. Jackson kicks to Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's in there. Rose has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
It doesn't matter if the defense is hanging all over Derrick Rose. He is still draining shots in their grill.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Pass to Markkanen. Down low. Here's Porter. And it's sent back by Drummond.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Back to Kennard. Left side, Griffin. Here's Kennard. Light cover. Look at that jam.
Nice.
I mean, just beautiful.
I totally agree. Blake Griffin's teammates have to say wow, because they get the chance night in and night out to see something fantastic.
Bulls trail by 13. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Pistons leading by 13. Here's Kennard. 5 points in the game. Rose passes to Griffin. Oh, and he jams it right over Lauri Markkanen. Wow.
I love the way of Griffin. Eye on the prize, going after the rim, is either going to dunk it or you're going to foul him.
Steve, I know you like this, that the three-point shot is having such an effect on the league, actually transforming the NBA. Are you surprised with how fast all this is happening?
I am. I'm surprised that so many teams are adopting this transformation of shooting a 3-ball, because there's some teams and there's some players, I know they shoot it, Kevin, but they shoot at such a low percentage. If you have the guys that can shoot it, you should adopt it. If not, you got to find another way of winning ball games. There's nothing wrong with having a great mid-range team that can knock down mid-range jumpers.
Bulls trail by 16. It's stolen by Brown. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
That free throw good from Brown.
Bruce Brown, as a rookie, was a fantastic role player for the Pistons. Came in looking to provide plus defense and played with energy to spark the team.
Chicago calls timeout. And playing to his strong points, something that Brown is very comfortable with.
You know, he identified his role on the team early, something that can be hard for a rookie to find. Brown keeps his game simple, and so far that's worked quite well for him in his young NBA career.
Carter finds Porter. Can they get it? And another turnover here by Chicago. Detroit leading by 19 points. Rose with the ball. 6 points for him. Got a piece of it. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for the Bulls. That'll be a 5-second call.
They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
The Bulls have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. That's tipped. Stolen by Rose. That one good for 2. Rose has got 8 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Bulls trail by 21. White the pass to Carter. Kicks it to Levine. Shoots it up. But they get it back. White looking around. Levine the bounce pass. Carter dishes to Levine. Just 3 to shoot. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Detroit leading by 21. To the middle. Stolen by Carter. They need this one. Got it. Nice one there from Levine. Levine's got 9 points now in just the second half. Now Rose. He's got 8. Snell the pass to Griffin.
Hey, watch him.
Yep, that one goes. 17 points in the game.
He's a hard guy to knock off balance. Blake Griffin taking the hit and staying in rhythm.
On the wing, Levine, covered by Morris. And Griffin sends it back. Outside Rose. He feeds it to Morris. To the inside, Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
He's been this way all evening. You can see it in Griffin's eyes. He has scoring on his mind.
Now here's White. He's got 13. The pass to Carter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke. Fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Carter. And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
Chris Dunn's checked in for Chicago. Saturansky comes in for White.
With Wendell Carter Jr., you love the do-it-all ability, the understanding of the game.
Pass to Maker. To the paint. Stolen by Saturansky. Young left side. And Young slams it home.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Morris finds Brown. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Levine against Rose. Over Levine. And it's Rose missing. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. They trail by 18. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Brown outside. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
And the jam by Levine.
You love the execution here. Well-timed pass. Zach LaVine showing off that 41-inch vertical.
Passes it to Maker. Back to Rose. And it's sent back by Carter. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Detroit making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Bulls trail by 16. And here is Satoransky. He's got 5. Outside Levine. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Satoransky's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Rose. He's got 8. Beasley right side. Morris left side. Young with the steal. And here they come. Here's Satoransky. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Satoransky's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Jackson against Dunn. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 15 points.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
We've got 1:55 left in the 3rd quarter. Rose against Satoransky. For 3, Levine hits the 3-point bomb.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's 1:40 left to play in the 3rd. Pass to Maker. The dish to Beasley. Stolen by Carter. And here's the fast break. Here's Levine. And the lead is down inside single digits. Levine's got 26.
And not being as aggressive from the 3-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Here's Rose. Oh, good on that one. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Dunn, wide open, he fires. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Dunn's got his 1st points of the night. Detroit leading by 6. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his 1st foul of the game. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Rose. Now the feed to Morris. And here come the Bulls again. Chicago with the fast break. And Levine with the slam.
And we've seen this before. Zach with the ability to put up points in bunches.
The drive by Jackson. Can't cash in from close range.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Dunn misses. It's a close game here in Chicago. It's Beasley on the wing, guarded by Levine. Beasley kicks to Morris. Back to Beasley. Out to Morris. There's Jackson with the 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. It's Detroit up 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Kennard pair up at the 1 and the 2. Andre Drummond is out there with Maker, and it's Beasley in at the small forward position. Here's Kennard. Off on the layup.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Levine against Beasley. And Levine, here we go. Young dishes to Levine. Excellent D there from Beasley.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Dunn left side. And the Bulls with another miss. Pistons leading by 4. And there's the pass to Jackson. Yes, that goes in. Jackson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pistons. Chicago calls timeout.
One criticism of Jim Boylen before getting extended was his offense. Called too slow and too methodical. He addressed that this offseason by getting a top assistant to redesign the offense.
So for the Bulls, Felicio comes in for Carter. And Lauri Markkanen subbed in for Satoransky. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jim Boylen was going over with his team. He said, look, you guys are playing physical, and I like that, but it has to be under control. We've committed way too many fouls. We've allowed way too many foul shots. Kevin?
And Steve, for Boylen, a first-time head coach, a smart move to shore up his staff, though.
We see a lot of coaches now hire a specialist assistant coach to delegate part of that game to. Let's guys like Boylen focus on player development and defense.
And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working together.
And that one falls for Jackson.
Well, the Pistons are starting to embrace the deep ball. First year under Coach Casey, they shot many more threes. Went from middle of the pack in 2018 to 6th overall last year.
Griffin's checked in for the Pistons. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And the threes the Pistons put up last year, Steve, a franchise record for them.
Next step is they're going to have to make them. This team is still looking for the right outside threats, but they know they want to stay a team that attacks from outside.
Shot clock at 5. Young. Rebound Andre Drummond.
And they continue to control the glass.
Jackson drives in. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound in this one. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Chicago. White comes in for Chris Dunn. Pistons on defense here in the fourth quarter. Their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Back to Levine. Plenty of space. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Kennard. Guarded by Levine. Back to Kennard. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Can't hit from the low block. And here's Levine, who brings it up for Chicago. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. White the pass to Levine, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. Levine's got 30 points. Pistons leading by 5. Jackson with it. Beasley outside. Pass to Griffin. Clock at 6. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Bulls shooting around 40% from the floor here. Here's White. Tipped away. Here's Kennard. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
The playmaking of Reggie, a work in progress, but looking good right there. Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
In the corner, it's Griffin. Passes it to Kennard. Just 5 on the clock. Over Levine. Kennard's shot is off. Bulls trail by 6. Here's White. That's tipped. Jackson passes to Griffin. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 21 points for Blake Griffin.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
And Chicago has possession. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's Felicio. Markkanen trying to break loose. Felicio with the bucket.
An efficient facilitator when he's asked to do it. Porter with the sweet dish.
Jackson down low. White covering. Beasley left side. Jackson against White. Jackson passes to Drummond. And here comes White, leading the fast break. The offensive rebound. Got a piece of it. Here's Kennard. In the corner, it's Griffin. Stolen by Markkanen. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Levine. Detroit with the rebound.
He has gone ice cold this quarter. Obviously not helping their cause.
On the wing, Jackson. Guarded by Porter. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Over Levine. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Jackson. Jackson's got his 6th assist on the night. Bulls trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Levine. Cams the 12-footer. Levine's got 4 points this quarter.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Jackson finds Griffin. Now here's Drummond. Lets it go from 14. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
And to the Bulls, shooting 39% from the floor. At their best. Markkanen passes to Levine. Griffin on the double team. And a wide open look for Porter. Here's Markkanen. The shot missing. Nice D from Griffin. White against Jackson. Second chance shot. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Shoots over White. The Pistons rebound. And Drummond is right there. And the Pistons lead by 10.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
White the pass to Markkanen. In the corner, it's Levine. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, and the defense allowing some room here on the inside in the second half, and they're taking advantage. A lot of their points coming from in the paint.
And Smitty, with all that he's been through, you can't question Zach LaVine's love of the game.
You're so right. It's crazy to think LaVine wasn't even a starter in college, but he's worked so hard to improve. The way he has fought back from injuries and continually dedicated himself to the game, something to admire.
One shot.
That one misses for Levine.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
Here's Felicio. Good D by Drummond. And it's Rose with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. They're leading by 8. Pass to Griffin. Over Porter. The shot's good from Griffin. Griffin's got 25 points in the game. And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with Levine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
Outside Rose. Over White. Rose can't hit.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
He has led this team in rebounding and also taken on the role of enforcer.
White wide open. He fires. They get the rebound. Felicio with the bucket.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Here's Rose. Here's Drummond. The pass to Kennard. Rose against White. And stolen by White. And here comes White. Leading the fast break. Levine for 3. That shot missing. Now the Pistons take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Pass to Drummond. Here's Kennard from downtown. And again with the rebound.
Rebound after rebound after rebound.
Oh, GA, he is crashing the glass with energy. I love it.
Each year he's getting better and better. Drummond with the unstoppable move.
Jackson against Levine. Over in the corner, White. And it's off from three-point range. Detroit leading by 7. Porter with the steal. Left side, Levine. Stolen away. Griffin against Markkanen. Back to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that is in Blake Griffin's DNA, dunking on guys.
Chicago calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this. And on the road, no less.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
White against Rose. There's Jackson with the three. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Levine, here we go. And the layup falls. And now it's just a 4-point Piston lead.
I mean, both sides are really battling. Zach LaVine right in the middle of it, wanting to take charge.
Rose passes to Griffin. And stolen by White. High arcing shot. He lays it in. Now just a 2-point Piston lead.
And hey, when you're a big shot maker in college, that often carries over to this level. Certainly as for White.
Here's Rose. Good.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Chicago's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That will be foul number 5 on him. Here's Levine. There's 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
Rose passes to Griffin. Another steal.
That's going to drive your coach crazy. Protect the basketball. He lost focus for 1 second. There goes the possession. Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 6. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Passes to Felicio. Levine against Jackson. Here's White. And again, Chicago. No good. And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Archie Diacono kicks to Carter. From deep 3-point range, off on that one. And so the Pistons take the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Blake, very strong game offensively. What gave you the confidence to take over?
Just putting in the work, and my teammates honestly believing in me and telling me to be confident at the end of the game. So I owe a lot to them. They came up with big plays. Just everybody working together.
Very good win for you tonight, Blake. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.